Good afternoon, Selfish Life clients. Welcome. My name is Coach Jackie, and a couple of you asked to have me create a video on how to access the Selfish Life program. And so today I'm going to tell you about how we actually get everything started when you're coming on board with myself and with Dr. Toby Zirkle with the Selfish Life program. We do use a couple of tools in order to manage your information and to ask you a whole lot of questions so we can really help or co-create your program with you to make sure that you're successful. So today I'm going to be sharing my screen and I'm going to walk you through some of the process on how to contact us, as well as how you get on Pro Coach. Okay, so let's do it. I'm going to share my screen with you. Here we go. Hopefully you see this screen. I'm going to go ahead and enlarge this. So one of the first contacts, and what you may or may not know, we do have a website called the self-ish life.com. And so I'll go ahead and make sure that all of that information is available for you, but it is the self-ish life.com. You can see that up here. And then you're going to come right to our website. You can book an appointment through here. So I do offer some personal training as well as some virtual personal training that's available, nutrition coaching, health and lifestyle, as well as just giving you overall general information on how to improve your lifestyle, make sure that everything is good to go here. So, so when you're coming to our website, you can book an appointment right here. Our schedules are listed there. Both Toby and I actually perform coaching as well as some fitness training there. So if you're looking for a fitness training, it is here. Hey, just a little side note, there's a couple of classes that are starting to be posted to YouTube. So check them out. Let me know what your thoughts are. They're just general fitness classes because I want to make sure like you enjoy it. So it's kind of like your free trial when I post a fitness video up there. So go and try it and see if you like it. But also your nutrition coaching is right here. And then our blog information is here. It has a lot of great information in there to try to help you with your improvement of overall health and wellness. So just to let you know just a little bit of other information that's on here. So if you want to quickly get to YouTube, it is located here. Also want to let you know that I am certified through Precision Nutrition. We're going to get to that in just a minute, but I am a nutrition coach under their particular certification. And Toby, of course, is an MD. So he doesn't need the certification. He has everything that he needs. But first things first, right? You can contact us through here. And if you were to hit this particular button right here, I already have it pulled up. You're going to come to our coaching site. And it's a chance for you to read a little bit further on what coaching looks like for you if you do sign up with the Selfish Life. So this is going to give you a general overall, like, hey, this is what health coaching is, focus on weight loss, improving your performance, et cetera, et cetera. It also has a lot of information about me as well, my certification. And just to give you just a little side note here is that really both Toby and my role is to collaborate with our clients to co-create their unique program based off of the goals that you want to achieve, not what we want to achieve, not what, society wants you to achieve. We really get into the heart of what are your goals? What do you hope to achieve? My certifications are there and everything. And then you can actually connect with us via email, Facebook, Instagram, on LinkedIn. And then it just shares a little bit more information. But more importantly, if everything sounds good after you're reading that, you can press contact me by putting your first, last name, email address, and just a message to me, and I will respond to you within 72 hours. It's probably a lot quicker than that, but if it's over the weekend, sometimes if we're traveling, I don't get to you as fast, but I want to. So you can contact me here, but if you see on Facebook, you can always just direct message me. You can direct message me on Instagram, or you could just send an email as well, wherever you feel most comfortable. But if you would like to read a little bit more about health coaching, and if this is for you, you can read through this, but I would love to meet with you. All right. And so once you actually fill out that contact form, and everything, I actually book an appointment with you so we can talk in person. And I just really want to ask some questions on just really learning about you. What are your goals? What do you hope to achieve? What are you struggling with, et cetera, et cetera. If all works out really good and we decide to move forward, and by the way, the first session, our consultation is free. We move forward and I send you out a link in order to join my PN coaching program. With that, you get to create your own secured account where you're going to be documenting your foods, your weight changes, all personal information. And we're going to review that in just a minute of what the intake form looks like. But I just want to let you know, you will receive an email. It looks like this. And also we do have the apps located here, also a link. So once you do that, right? Instantly, you're going to set up your account, and it's fairly simple, just your first name, last name, email address, and then you do your password, of course. But it's going to take you directly to into your account to take your intake form and respond to all of your questions. I apologize. I need just a little bit more coffee today, but I hope this is helpful to you. But just wanted to let you know that this page, all right, this intake questionnaire is going to take you about 20 minutes. And you might think, hey, 20 minutes is a long time. However, in order to create a unique program for you, to make sure that I understand really at the heart of what you're trying to accomplish, I need to ask you a lot of questions. We got to get personal. All right. We need you to be vulnerable with us just a little bit. So this is going to take 20 minutes. And I so encourage you to take your time on this. All right. So it serves a great purpose for us to create a unique program for you. So right off the bat, we're going to ask you, what are your goals? What do you hope to achieve, right? So the main thing, we're going to talk about nutrition coaching. And so we're going to look at weight loss. Is it building muscle? Is it your athletic performance, body recomp, or improving your health and feeling better? All right. So you're able to just kind of jump around, but what is your number one priority or focus for joining this program? And then you're going to put your why. And so your why is so important. Motivation and willpower won't always be there for you, but your why, we can always come back to that understanding why you started and remind you of that. So in a short 1 to 2 sentences, you're going to write that just to let you know once you get into the program, your why is going to become a lot longer. Okay. As we are building and creating your owner's manual. And that's really what we're doing. Although that we call this an intake form. This is really for you to learn about yourself, and for me to kind of walk you through the process, or Toby walking you through that process. I love this question then. How strongly do you feel that your goal is a part of the bigger picture or purpose for your life? Right? what you're hoping to achieve when we're looking at that, either if that's weight loss, building your muscle, body, recomp, or, improved health and wellness, then how is this part of your bigger picture? Is it impacting, your quality of life? And right now I have Kiva coming in to join us, my dog. So I'm sorry if you hear her nails. But more importantly, back to us is just like, how strongly do you feel like this goal is a bigger portion of your life? And then how much do you feel that the way you're living, your current living, reflects your values and your goals? Right? Some people will tell me, well, I want to be fit and toned. I want to be able to run marathons. And then I say, well, what is your current state right now? And they're like, well, I sit 10 hours in front of a computer every single day. I lack the time to really go out and run 5 miles a day. So here's my ideal life. But but my true life, my real life, doesn't match that. So just want to really know where you're at, right? And then what's been getting in the way. So we want to talk about some barriers here. And so I went ahead and just filled out some of these. So just to let you know that once you actually take your intake form, it will be all blanked for you to actually fill out. But when we're looking at that, we're going to ask you a series of questions like, is a barrier feeling unsure what to eat? All right. And I know that sounds like a silly question, but for many of my clients that are on board, they're not sure really what to eat. They have a general idea. We all went to health class. We know the food pyramid and stuff, but really, what should I be eating? Uncertain how much to eat, right? I came from the old school parent that you eat everything on your plate before you get off the table. And that was the worst advice ever because now we overeat and we actually eat when we're not even hungry. So that's been ingrained in us. However, if you're full, you're full. Just walk away from the food, right? So uncertain about how much to eat. How about meal planning or prep? Knowing how to do that, not having enough time to cook, feeling confident on how to prep and cook foods. How about drinking too much alcohol? Right? Are we overindulging? Is this an obstacle? How about struggling with impulses or cravings around eating? Emotional eating or stress eating, eating when you're not hungry, eating until you're overfull or stuffed, right? Or eating too quickly. Or how about this, feeling unsatisfied by the food and always feeling hungry? That is huge. Not feeling hungry at all, or obsessive or anxious around food, feeling shame or guilt. How about peer pressure? And we're not talking just about your friends. Grandma saying, you're too skinny, you need to eat more. Here, have another slice of lasagna, right? That's peer pressure. Granny, get off, right? How about lack of access to healthier foods or easy access to trigger foods, right? So we're going to look at just, what has been your behavior thus far. And then we want to talk about some mindset, your mindset on challenges. So I want to know, like, if I was to give you a challenge, do you see that as a negative thing? Are you pretty neutral to it? Or is a challenge a positive thing for you? All of us have a different preference on that level. For me, I'm competitive. Give me a challenge. I'm going to try to go for the gold every single time. But that's not how everybody else is. And I could definitely support whatever level that you're at. I really want to know from you, how do you respond in the face of a challenge? All right. And then also too, what are you working on? What do you need help and coaching on? Is it nutrition only for now? Or is it movement, stress, sleep, or even change skills, right? Change management. Then we're going to hit right back into nutrition about your food. So, are you going to eat anything, or are you on a particular diet? So, are you a vegetarian? Are you fully plant-based? Are you on the keto diet? Just wanted to know that. And then also, are there any other preferences? Are you on a balanced diet? Are you low fat, low carbohydrates? What are you currently doing? Do you have any food allergies? Are there any food sensitivities? Any dietary preferences or restrictions? And then getting into the important, are there any cultural customs that the coach has to be aware of, right? And then I want to know from you generally, and to really take your time and think about this, your portion sizes, right? Many times I find that we overeat because we just don't understand our portions, what we should be eating, right? And also, they're like, well, I'm trying to do my measurements and calories and stuff like that, and which is great. I want to know if you know what your portion sizes are and what your energy sources and what you should be using, right? So proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, right? So I want to know typically on a daily basis, how much protein do you get? So we actually use a hand measurement at the Selfish Life here, as recommended through Precision Nutrition. So I want to know, your intake of protein, your vegetables, your carbohydrates. So we're looking at fruit, couple of grains, those kind of things, potatoes, and then also your fats. And so we're talking about avocados, nuts, seeds, those kind of things. And then we want to ask you this all important question, and I will tell you why. How accurate are your portion estimates? So what we see on average, it could be 200 to 1,000 calories off, right? Because generally we might say we know what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, in which that will be recorded. We know how much we ate, the calories, et cetera, right? But many times, like, how about that snack, or somebody offered you a candy bar, or you found something left over in your purse, right? How about you stop for a coffee beverage and it had whipped cream on there, right? That might uptake you by 400 calories, right? How accurate are you on your portion estimates are very, very important, right? Because they can be off. Also, how do you rate your overall quality of food choices? And that's really important too, right? Are we doing highly processed foods, but they say, hey, it's low fat, low carbs, right? How are you on that? Your overall quality of food choices. And then also hydration is very important. So do you typically stay hydrated throughout the day? So as you can see, I always have my water right next to me and I need a drink. And it's water, which brings me to your next thing is, how often do you drink alcohol? So is it never? Is it sometimes, occasionally, or is it daily? 1 to 2 drinks or more than 2 drinks. So need to understand that. And then any other nutritional supplements are you taking? And then we want to know about your daily eating routine. I know there's a lot of questions here. So how many meals typically do you eat throughout the day? And this is going to be unique to everyone. Somebody might only eat twice a day, maybe once a day, maybe 6 times a day, depending on your preferences, or if you're training a diet and stuff like that. Just want to know, how many meals do you typically eat in a day? And then how consistent are you on that particular plan? All right. I know for some of us, we might be up and down. Like when we can eat, we eat. Sometimes it's 3 times a day. Sometimes it's 2 times a day. Sometimes I'll be lucky if I get a bagel, right? So what is that? And then in an ideal world, how consistent would you like your eating routine to be? And this really helps when we're building that action plan, and it's going to tell me how serious are you on this. Okay. So, I want to eat this number of times to be this number of times per day. And also it helps us to identify any barriers that might keep us from meeting our goals. And then per day, how many meals do you prepare actually at home? And then how many meals do you actually eat out? All right, very important. Then we get into movement. We know nutrition alone can't stand. We eat in order to support our movement, right? Our body function as well as our movement. So need to know basically your workouts. Are you participating in planned physical activity? And then if you are working out or you want to work out, how many times do you want to? And what should that exercise program look like? And then I want to know your non-planned physical activities. So are you pretty active in your day? Are you a kindergarten teacher running after kiddos? Or are you a professional that's sitting behind a computer and you don't really have that much movement throughout your day? Then we want to get into obstacles as well. So your own personal feelings about movement in general, just like what we did in nutrition. So this is very important, and it can be vulnerable to fill out some of these questions, as far as, do you like to sweat? Do you not like to sweat? How comfortable are you working out? The education levels, what kind of physical activity that you want to engage in? Are you comfortable being around people? We just got, we're still in the pandemic, although that we're outside, we're doing things, the restrictions have been lifted for the most part. However, some people are still comfortable working out with other people, or it could be, something that was trauma from our past, working out in the gym, and we just don't feel comfortable being in that particular area. Okay, how about time? Preparation, space, the energy even to do it, or the motivation. So wanting to know all of that, so kind of help you through those barriers. And then mindset on workouts, which is very, very important, right? If you just feel like exercise is not for you, that's going to be challenging, right? We need to find something that you love. Then we get into your stress levels, want to know how you're doing managing those stress, because we know stress actually impacts our eating, our ability to work out, our sleep, pretty much every single level of what we're doing. And then we want to know, how much time are you, spending outdoors? Which is important. So when you come on board, you'll hear my take on that. Or if you're on Facebook, you're going to see that. Love spending time outdoors with Mother Nature. And then sleep. All right, sleep is important. It impacts all aspects of our life. So wanting to touch on that too. How are you doing through your sleep process? And then we're going to go into lifestyle, right? Are you a caregiver? Do you have individuals with disability or elderly people that you take care of? Are you married or in a committed relationship, right? All of those impact what our goals that we're hoping to achieve. And then we're going to end with just, your profile. So what gender pronouns do you use? Your street address, city, town, state, zip code, all of those things, just to let you know, these are not required. However, that is helpful to know generally what location you are in. We do have clients in the state of Washington and stuff like that. And so within that area, finding resources out there or parks that they can run and stuff like that. Most of our work is done virtually, so you don't have to be in the state of Indiana for us to work with you. All right, telephone number so we can get a hold of you, send out text message. It's a useful, easy way to get a hold of you quickly history, if we have any questions or need to cancel something, biological sex. So we want to get your measurements here, your body type, height, weight. That helps us with actually the program that we create for you. That's going to be part 2. I'll show you a little bit of what the nutrition guide looks like at the end. So I'll be filming another video here later this week, I'm hoping, so you can kind of see what that looks like. So we want to know your weight, your measurement and stuff, how old you are, so the year that you were born, and then just overall health. So we're going to ask some general questions that we would always do on an intake form. Just knowing, drugs, are you a smoker, medical releases and stuff like that. Just to let you know that this information is sensitive, and we understand that. So your privacy is very important to us. So in this particular tool, it is secure. We keep your privacy private, and no one else gets to see that. However, you can share any information. So we do have some consent forms here. Also our privacy policy terms of use, cookies policy, a medical release as well. We want to make sure that you're able to change your diet. So, if Toby was here, he would tell you if you need to check in with your doctor, please check in with your doctor to get a medical release. And then you submit your information. That information will be available for you through your pro coach, as long as you're a client of the Selfish Life. All of your information would be on there. Like I said, I use this term, the owner's manual. That's what you're keeping. So everything is documented there, so you can pull up resources there that I sent to you, notes on what we discussed, my recommendation, homework assignments, meal journaling. So we actually take pictures of our meals, we post it in there, so we know everything that's going on, what you're drinking, like every single thing goes into Pro Coach. So that concludes this particular training session. I hope it was helpful. I apologize for Kiva's nails tip tapping. However, this is how you get in contact with us, and I so look forward to working with you. The reason why we called our company The Selfish Life is because we want people to take care of themselves and be that light in the world to try to help change the overall health and how people are living here. So the selfish, that's why we have the hyphen, is so that we can teach other people. And this is my passion. I want people to live their best lives, and Toby wants that too. So if this sounds like something that you want to engage in, please contact us either on Facebook, Instagram, through our website, and we so look forward to working with you. Hope that you enjoy your day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.